This week been weaking. I ain't gonna lie. I need to get better at prioritizing my time, bro. Like, dead ass. But this is my third take doing this. Let's get it done the right way. Hope y'all enjoyed today's video, though. Intro. What's good with y'all, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you guys are doing all is well. Yes, it is yours truly, Mr. Uzi, back in with another fashion video for y'all. And yes, y'all are watching that channel, That One Fashion Mofo. And yes, y'all gotta clap it up, bro. Like, one, thank you for the support on the top 5 underground clothing brand video. I appreciate everybody that's been supporting. One. Two, we gotta clap it up again. Because guess what? Y'all are getting y'all first ever rant from Mr. Uzi, man. Yes, the topic of today's rant video is the problems with underground clothing brands in 2025. Now I know, we talked about some great clothing brands in my previous video, but now I want to talk about some of the problems with some of these clothing brands. Not those, but some clothing brands out there in the industry, the fashion world. I want to talk about the problems with some of those brands. So yeah, so without further ado, let's go and get to the video. Hope you guys will enjoy. You guys might either agree with me, disagree with me, be pissed at me, I don't really care. We can talk about it in the comments though. So yes, without further ado, let's get into it now. Let's go. Alright, so for the first problem with underground clothing brands in 2025, like this one ruins it for a lot of clothing brands. A lot of these clothing brands are money grabs. There's no effort put into the designs anymore, no genuine passion behind it. And 3, no serious like push for this stuff. Like, you know, like usually when people create a brand, there's a message behind it, or like they'll be like, oh, this is a lifestyle. They'll explain why they did it. Most of these clothing brands don't even have a reason. They saw Quan, they saw Cashy V, they saw whatever person out there that had a successful brand, 9 times out of 10 they saw them succeeding and thought, okay, let me go try it. And although it's possible, like I'm not trying to shit on nobody's brand, it's possible to do that, but bro, you got to be real passionate and genuine about the shit that you're putting out, bro, because this is a reflection of you. So if a reflection of your brand is half-assed, bro, that means you're half-assed. And I never want to see nobody or myself be in that predicament, bro. That's why I have yet to start a clothing brand. I really want to in the future, but I'm gonna shut up about it because you never know what can happen. But I want to make sure when I start my own brand, it's not half-assed. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, but people copy, but it's okay to copy, but a complete rip off of something off rip is kind of crazy, because there's always gonna be a copy of something out there. Rick Owens Ramones are literally a copy of Converse, bro. Like, you feel me? There's so many copies out there. Like those Louis Vuitton sneakers are literally a copy of Jordan 4s. Like, you guys see, nothing's original nowadays, and as a consumer I understand that, so it's nothing against that. But when you just slap a design on a shirt that's been used on 30 other niggas' shirts, bro, it's like, bro, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, what the fuck? And another thing, bro, the quality, bro. When you're creating your clothing brand, bro, make sure the quality is good. That's why I really love these new brands that I've been tapping in with, bro. They actually take the time to go to the right manufacturers, get the quality right, like doing shit you're supposed to. Because if you want to have a brand, bro, you got to make sure the quality's there. You got to make sure there's a message behind it. You got to make sure it looks good. Like, you got to make sure a lot of things, bro. And it's hard to start a clothing brand from scratch, bro. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, seeing other people, peers, like other influencers start their own brand, bro. It's difficult at first, bro. You got to market and do all type of stuff. But the first problem I do be seeing is that a lot of people do this as a money grab, bro. And that's the quickest way to not get money, bro. If you're going into something strictly for money, bro, you're not gonna get it. Now, this YouTube stuff, I've been doing YouTube since I was like 9-10 years old. Now, does money come with it? Yeah, I know that, but that's not my main factor, bro. I want to create videos doing something I love, and that's talking about fashion. Hence why I made this channel. So yes, y'all understand, like, going into something, don't expect money off rip, bro. You're not gonna get it. It takes time. So make sure while y'all waiting for that money to come through, y'all work on y'all craft, and you make sure you guys are putting enough quality and time into y'all work, because guess what? The work reflects on y'all. So yes, make sure whatever you're doing, it don't even gotta be clothes, make sure you ain't doing it for the money. All right, so for the second take I do have for problems with clothing brands in 2025, there's so many clothing brands, and it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's low-key a double-edged sword, because there's so many of them, so you got a lot of options to choose from. But the second thing is, like, it makes it sound so generic to have a clothing brand, because back in like 2020, 2021, you wasn't really hearing that shit. And if you was, it was because a YouTuber was popping and was selling merch. There was no such thing as like clothing brands from like people yet. It's really just people selling their merch. You feel me? Like YouTubers and celebrities. No clothing brands for real. Besides like Kanye and like big people like him, I didn't see no other YouTubers or like no like influencers or nobody in general having their own clothing brand for real. So when that wave kind of took off in like 2020, 2021, and 2022, hella clothing brands start coming in, hella clothing brands. And that's when, like what I said with the last take, so many people just started doing it for the money grab because it made it so oversaturated on who was actually doing it because they love this shit and who was just doing it to get the money. How I feel personally about so many clothing brands out there, I like it because you get to see and like filter out the garbage and find like the real gems that you guys like because there's so much availability, you feel me? But at the same token, it's like it all kind of starts to look the same. Like I said, people gonna copy, but when it looks like the same thing, especially off rip with your first piece, it's like, what's the point of even shopping with you if I know other brands and did that and probably did it way better than you did? Hope you guys understand where I'm coming from with that point. There's so many clothing brands out there, and from a consumer's aspect, I would say people are gonna get tired of it. But from a business aspect, when it comes to the clothing brand owners themselves, they look at that shit as competition because they're just gonna find any way to one up you and make sure that they come out on top as they should. Like, you should be in the competition to win at your clothing brand being the best quality, best design, that type of stuff, not on who sold the most, because that shit really don't matter from a consumer's aspect, bro, because you can sell the most and still not ship your shit. Next take. Third problem with these clothing brands nowadays, and which really turned me off from shopping with a lot of clothing brands, especially nowadays, most of these motherfuckers do not ship. They do not ship they shit. That's why I stopped really shopping with these underground clothing brands. Like, I used to look at all these clothing brands that used to come out like 2021, 2022. They was getting big. A lot of shit. And this back when the pre-order method was big. If you guys knew about the pre-order method, let me break it down. It's dead and patched now, thank God, because I hated that shit. Basically, clothing brand would put up a piece, promote the fuck out of it, and it would only be a sample. Now, when they put it up, mind you, they only got a sample, nothing on hand yet, right? They would go to the manufacturer after they already put them up for sale and go get them made. So it would basically be you pre-ordering it. So you buy it and it gets made, then it gets shipped to you. Now, a lot of clothing brands were doing this back in 2020, 2021, 2022, the early 2020s. Crazy, I gotta say that, early 2020s. But nevertheless, that's what clothing brands were doing. And you know, humans, we get fucking impatient. That's anybody, bro. I haven't met somebody with higher patience in a while, bro. I don't even think I have, bro. I need to, because I'm an impatient motherfucker. Clothing brands, bro, they was doing this and people were getting impatient. So they were starting to, you know, give me my money on back. I waited 3-4 weeks, bro. What the fuck going on? Give me my shit back. So when that happened, 9 times out of 10, most of these clothing brands were going through Shopify. Now Shopify, once you get a specific amount of people to get they, you know, charge their stuff back, they mess up the whole operation. They hold your money, they hold a percentage, and like you feel, they close your whole store. And then that fucks up the clothing brand operation its whole self, because how the hell they gonna pay to get the shit made? You feel me? Like, it created a whole bunch of, you know, stuff happening. And that's what happened with some clothing brands. Some clothing brands, on the other hand, just took the money that they got, you know, shipped to a couple people and then dipped. Like, for real, there's so many brands that ran off that it's insane, bro. And personally, I hate that because, like I said, that just shows you was just in it for the money or something. Like I said, people don't be genuine. Looks can be deceiving. It's all about how you move and operate, bro. And once you do that, there's no coming back. And there's so many clothing brands with those type of allegations, and their stuff is actually nice and stuff. And now, as a consumer, I'm hesitant on if I want to shop and do business with you or not, because people forget this is a business. This is how people eat, and this is how people make their money on. If you playing with the money on, and like, how you expect to get the money on if you playing with the business and you ain't doing business right? You ain't never gonna get no money on. I honestly did not like the pre-order method when I heard about it, because it didn't make sense. I was like, what, 14, 13 back then? I'm like, why would you sell something that you don't have yet? Like, I get you trying to work on a budget, but you just gotta, you know, play your role. If you can only afford to get XYZ amount made, get XYZ amount made, because guess what? After that sell out, people gonna be waiting and ready to cop the next one once you drop that again, and you probably get more sales if it succeeds. And once you be able to do your second drop and you get the profit back, put that back in the clothing brand, and guess what? You got more to make. And guess what? You put that out, more people buy. Hopefully, if everything goes right and your marketing is good. This is just a hypothetical. But you guys see, like, you keep going, like it's a cycle. You shouldn't put out something that you don't have. And I've been saying that for a while. The pre-order method is done. I'm glad it's cooked, but clothing brands will not be shipping, and it makes it really scary on what brands to trust and which ones not to trust. And I've heard big brands that's out operating nowadays that's been hit with these allegations, and they still be dropping and like shipping like they say they will. But how the hell am I supposed to believe you when I heard it from all these people that you haven't? You feel me? So like I said, it makes it difficult for the consumer on if they want to do business or not. Because if they heard you do some shady business, nobody gonna shop with you. So make sure when y'all start your clothing brand, y'all be direct on your communication. Y'all be direct on how your operation goes, because that's your operation. That's how you set it up. You're supposed to plan ahead, strategically plan, bro. Like if you know there's a possibility of an inconvenience happening, go around that inconvenience, find another solution. Don't walk into it and then be confused on why stuff ain't work out and you knew that was gonna happen. That'd be some people's problem. Sometimes even my problem, not even with just clothing brands, but life. All right, so another problem that I see with underground clothing brands in 2025 is the lack of communication. Now, communication, it's so vital when it comes to anything, whether that be a relationship with your girl, relationship with your followers, relationship with whoever, like a relationship, like, you know, a social relationship with me and you. I'm talking to the camera, but you're listening to me talk. You feel me? It's like a one-sided conversation, but I can respond to y'all in the comments, which y'all should comment. Nevertheless, communication is something that is very lacked when it comes to these clothing brands, bro. They'll put up the post, and sometimes their comments will be off. And sometimes when that happens, that's how you know something ain't right, bro. You probably got allegations, or motherfuckers gonna be in your comments asking where my shit at. No, go. If you got any problems or like any backlash, address it. Don't sit and just let it happen. Cause guess what? You back at square one at that point. No progress, nothing. You just got a bad name and a bad rep at that point. You gotta restart and probably start a whole nother clothing brand if you really want to do this. But 9 times out of 10, if you doing that, you ain't cut for it. You feel me? You ain't cut for it. You ain't make the team, bro. No, sorry. On top of that, clothing brands will just put out pieces, bro. They'll have their comments off, and I feel like it makes it harder for them to grow, because when you post something, whether it be on IG, whether it be on YouTube, you post it to get engagement, one, and to get a reaction. Now, if you have your comments off and nobody can leave you a damn reaction, all they got is the like button. Sometimes people like your shit and they hating. How the hell are you supposed to know? Like, all that stuff don't add up to you selling your merchandise. You got to get that interaction. You got to build that, you know, base. You got to build that support team with your people, whether that be whatever you do, literally whatever you do. It kind of makes it hard when you come to them sideways and you talking smart to them in the comments, or your comments off. Like, that just cuts the communication in general. Like, it makes it hard to want to do business with a person when they don't seem welcome and opening. You feel me? Like, I said that backwards. Opening and no. When they're not welcoming and opening, it kind of makes it hard to want to do business with them, because you kind of looking at them and kind of paranoid, like, I don't know how to feel about you. Like, I don't know what your deal is. You feel me? And I need to stop saying you feel me, man. Y'all gotta help me in the comments. It's bad. Every video I be having to edit out sometimes, because damn, that gap of no communication can make it hard for you to grow as a brand. Because once you find people and they rock with your brand and you communicating back with them, guess what? They'll probably spread the word about your brand. Then guess what? Your brand gets in circulation, and boom, your brand can end up in videos like this where I'm shouting out your brand or stuff like that, like telling people to check out your brand. Like, it's all about circulation and, like, you know, communication, really. Like, that's how it goes. For my clothing brand people out there, make sure when you post something, you're interactive. You're responding back to the comments. You're actually taking your time out your day to talk to them, because that can go a long way. You respond to a comment, whatever it is. It could be hating, it could be them asking a genuine question. I feel like that goes a long way, because it shows that you're there. Like, you're there to work. Like, you Johnny on the spot. You ready to, you know, sell your stuff. Like, that's how it's supposed to go. Y'all let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. What's some problems with underground clothing brands you guys see nowadays? So yes, 1, we have most of them are just money grabs. 2, we talked about there's so many of them and it makes it so hard to start one sometimes, and it can be generic. 3, we talked about how some of these brands don't even fucking ship. And then 4, yeah, I gotta hold it down, because like it'll, you feel me? So 4, we talked about the lack of communication. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Personally, I love all the underground clothing brands that are out there doing it the right way. I'm gonna keep making videos about underground clothing brands that I see doing good and thriving and doing it the right way, as well as my regular content, other content about fashion. Subscribe to this channel specifically about fashion. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. That was my first ever rant on this channel, so yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I do this to communicate because I love talking about fashion. So yes, this is a fashion channel. Cannot stress that enough. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. I ain't gonna lie, getting that all off my chest, I feel better. So I have to do assignments now. So yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all later. I love y'all. Yes, Mr. Uzi's signing off. I appreciate all the support and love y'all been showing me. It's a small channel, but we're gonna be big real soon. So yes, I'll see you guys in the next video now. And y'all, peace. Mr. Uzi sign off.